All right. So thanks everyone for joining. We're going to get started here. It's right on the top of the hour. So today is our Datamart webinar on April 27th. We're going to be discussing a topic of how to choose a phone system. We all know that there are on-site, cloud, and now some hybrid options in the marketplace. We're going to figure out how to make the best decision for your business based upon a number of factors in terms of what might be the best fit. Either, everything on site, everything in the cloud, or some type of combination. So how are we going to go about doing this? Of course, a deep understanding of your own unique situation and especially your own business drivers are going to be critical to make the right decision. So once this understanding of the business drivers has been fully understood, the next step is to evaluate the options in the marketplace and match the best solution to your own business drivers. A lot of you may be thinking, does your current phone system meet today's demands of the users and today's business drivers? Some of you may have a legacy system, or you may be on a cloud system that is not performing the way it needs to. Everyone's taking a look at their UC system and evaluating, is it doing what I need it to do? If it is, great. If not, maybe time to look out in the marketplace and see if there's a better solution that's going to improve your business, speed up business processes, make workers more productive. So let's take a look at some business drivers where expectations are changing now. Companies are really trying to address all these items when looking at a UC system in order to like I said, optimize productivity, speed up processes. So we'll talk about these items and how companies are going about this. So the first one on the list is companies are really trying to optimize their business processes. And what that means is, on the desktop level for the user, there's typically some kind of CRM or application that is being used. What ShoreTel can do and what Datamart can help with is to integrate, let's say, the caller ID that is coming into the user. That can then trigger an action on the application, like a screen pop, information being presented, some kind of automation that's going on, maybe within Salesforce.com or within another CRM or another application, so that the user doesn't have to do anything, and automatically a lot of steps are being taken without them taking any action. So that again saves time, makes them more productive. That leads into the second one, increased productivity. Other ways to do that are other desktop apps such as web dialers, click to call on the desktop. So a lot more is being done these days with the desktop integrations and really saving as much time as possible for the end user. Again, with the goal of increasing productivity. Another goal is to increase mobility and agility of an organization. So that would be things like mobile apps on iPhones and Androids, call forwarding, having a strategy of work from home or disaster recovery if the office is unavailable. So a lot of companies are looking into mobility solutions, and also that ties into disaster recovery a little bit, which we'll talk about in the next couple lines down. Collaboration is always important. You want to make sure you have instant messaging, web sharing across your system, audio bridges, and all that. ShoreTel and many systems can really improve the collaboration tools available. Make sure everyone in the business is talking to each other, even if they're across the country. Next, over improvement of a user experience. So the end user, you want to make sure you're giving them the right tools that they need to use the phone and use their applications. So this comes down to, is there a desktop client with the solution? Is that good? Do they like it? Is the phone good? Is the user enjoying their experience with the system? Next, business continuity. This is becoming more and more important with worries about systems going down and power issues and carrier issues. A lot of companies are either building out a data center or looking at cloud or hybrid for this purpose. Cloud is strong in disaster recovery because everything's in a data center. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Increased security along with that is obviously critical. You don't want hackers getting in anywhere in the system. You want to make sure the UC system has full encryption end-to-end on the media and signaling, especially when you're in a cloud environment. On-premise, you can usually protect more easily, but cloud phones can be traversing, phone calls can be traversing the internet. At that point, anyone could be grabbing it. You don't want that media to be unencrypted where someone could just listen to it. So that's becoming more and more important. And then reducing your total cost of ownership, more of a financial business driver, moving forward and trying to, of course, maximize your ROI when investing in a new system. So that's a CFO topic. Again, ShoreTel has been shown to have the lowest total cost of ownership for the Onsite systems based on some industry reports. So that's a way of lowering your costs moving forward on your system. Of course, cloud can also offer some great return on investment to gain a whole lot of benefits that way. So let's take a look at the current UC options that are available out there, just from a high-level point of view. Of course, we have our on-premise systems that are out there. ShoreTel is one of them. Everything is housed in your closet, and the users access it that way. We have our hosted UC services. ShoreTel as well has a full cloud solution. Other vendors are out there as well, where everything is hosted in a data center. The users access it either over the internet or over a dedicated circuit. But the bottom line is the end users don't really care where the system is located. They care what's being delivered to them, not how it's being delivered. We can take a look at our premises system here. Some benefits of our on-premise system here are, typically the benefits of that type of system are going to be that it's very feature-rich. It's very easy to do your business process integrations, CRM, database integrations, things like that. We have on-site dial tone, which can be not so great from disaster recovery. We have good security. We have a CapEx model where you're purchasing equipment up front. It's not very flexible typically, and it is resource intensive. You normally need, an IT person or group to manage the system. In cloud, some benefits typically in a cloud service, and some drawbacks. Drawback is that sometimes it's feature light. Not a lot of business integrations you can do. Not a great desktop client. Sometimes it can have a limited ability, again, to integrate with your on-site databases. You have remote dial tone, which is good for remote workers and disaster recovery. You have questionable security typically because you might have, media streams, calls going right over the internet, which can be risky. You have an operating expense model where you're paying monthly as an operating expense. You're not purchasing equipment, so that can be a benefit there. It's more flexible and it's more resource efficient. You're not dedicating an IT person or team to managing it typically in the cloud. And then we have our users down below. So what ShoreTel has done is realized, both markets are very prominent out there. Cloud is obviously growing faster, but on-site is still viable, and a lot of companies are investing in keeping an on-site system. So what ShoreTel has done is built one software platform to run in either situation and also in a combination, which is a hybrid situation. in order to gain the best of both worlds. You have all the benefits, not as many of the drawbacks in ShoreTel building this platform. So again, it's one software platform. There are 3 deployment models. You can do ShoreTel on-site, hybrid, or cloud. So you can go all the way from everything in your closet to everything in ShoreTel's cloud, and some combinations in between, which we'll talk about what's available there, and there'll be more coming on that from ShoreTel. So let's talk about on-site options. ShoreTel has switch appliances, which are modules to provide dial tone and to connect to carriers. There's voicemail servers, all UC functions. It's locally owned and managed. Most of you are familiar with the ShoreTel phones that are out there. You also, of course, get the client apps, and you get a full set of UC features, everything in the closet. The other thing you can do with this, which is in the last few years become more and more prominent, is to virtualize a ShoreTel system in your data center or in your network, in your closet, in your server closet, using VMware. This allows you to not have as much hardware going on, virtualize everything, manage everything within VMware. You can also use Hyper-V for some of it, and you can really simplify the whole system into one or more than one virtual host that is then running virtualized ShoreTel appliances within that host. And all the functions are the same. That has become more popular, especially when putting a system in a data center for disaster recovery. Next, Connect Cloud, which ShoreTel has taken the same software, virtualized it on a highly scaled basis, and put it into ShoreTel's data center. Again, it's the same software, but ShoreTel owns and manages it. On a cloud, it's an operating expense monthly to connect up to that. Also, there's a lot of redundancy built into this platform called N+1 redundancy, where by adding one other voice appliance or module, that can back up any of the other active appliances. So if there's a failure on one server, let's say, those phones will re-register to the other spare. Also, the offering on the endpoints is exactly the same phone, and you can connect up either on the internet or with a dedicated circuit. And there's web portals and all that. I'm not gonna go in detail on a demonstration on that or anything today. If you do want to look more into either one of these options, please reach out. We can set up a demonstration or take a deeper look. Next, we have Connect Hybrid. This is going to be a couple options in the first generation of hybrid, where you have an on-site system getting some apps from the cloud on a monthly basis, and where you have an on-site system in a headquarters, and then you have remote offices on cloud, and you have the two tied together with call control. That's pretty interesting, where you have a mix of both deployment models connected together for extension-to-extension dialing and things like that. So let's talk about that some more. It's called hybrid sites. Again, this allows you to have multiple locations where some are on-site system and some are cloud, synchronized together with automated directory integration, extension dialing, caller ID. You can do point-to-point video between the two, and 100% feature parity, so that all the features are the same, although you do not today have presence information across. This is a good way to add new small remote offices to a large headquarters or a headquarters without purchasing equipment and having to set it up, having someone go out there, connect phone lines and that hassle. Also, you can add remote seasonal workers, again, without impacting the IT group as much. And you can deploy a single platform for global business deploying on-site where you want it and cloud everywhere else where you don't want an on-site system. And again, you're giving all employees the same user experience no matter where it's coming from. That's on the benefit of the common platform across all designs. Again, doesn't matter where it's coming from, it's the same experience. Benefits, it allows you to control your financial strategy if you want to transition from capital to operational expense models for financial reasons. It can provide a clear migration path from an on-site system to an all-cloud system if that's a goal of a company. And you can grow your system as the business needs change with the maximum amount of flexibility. So those are all benefits to the hybrid model from ShoreTel. Let's talk about hybrid apps. This is where you have an on-site ShoreTel system. You're getting some apps from the cloud. Right now, first generation, there's 2 productivity apps that are offered. A lot more is going to be coming. You can do Connect Scribe, which takes your voicemail and turns it into text transcription, emails it over to you, so you can read your voicemails instead of calling in. That's great when you're on the road. And then there's Connect Fax, which is e-fax, from the desktop. Again, this is the first iteration of this. It's somewhat limited, but ShoreTel is working hard to expand more and more applications that you can get from the cloud to connect into the on-site system. And it does use a secure protocol, and it only sends the information that's required via secure HTTP, so it's all encrypted and all that from premise to the cloud. So, ShoreTel, as a visionary provider of IP, PBX phone systems and UC applications, they see the future of communication architecture as combining the best of the 2 delivery methods, which becomes a hybrid communications platform that delivers resiliency, control, and availability of an on-premises hardware-based phone system with the immediacy, ease, and flexibility of productivity-enhancing applications from the cloud. So you can really, again, get the best of both worlds depending on your situation. Or you can do all on-site or all cloud, anything in between. And there's going to be more options coming soon as they continue to develop this platform. The major benefits of the platform are the single user experience regardless of what architecture you're looking at, and also the common software platform, which allows ShoreTel to do simultaneous software development across all the deployment types without leaving behind or orphaning any customers. So they're not going to orphan away or leave behind the on-site customers. There is going to be a pathway to upgrade an existing on-site system to this software for all the existing customers, so everyone can move forward onto the new platform without having to do a forklift upgrade of any kind, which has always been ShoreTel's strength. So let's talk about what makes ShoreTel different out in the marketplace. This is, a ShoreTel-focused webinar. There are other competitors out there, obviously, but I'm going to talk about some strengths of ShoreTel. So they've built this Connect platform to run the same software, again, in all the configuration types, on-site and cloud. This is a major difference from some other solutions, which may offer a hybrid model, but that's really a combination of different architected software platforms that are tied together. So they're not going to have as much ability to expand that hybrid offering with more capability. This design, again, will prevent advancement and enhancements to those other hybrid solutions that are not as tightly integrated. So that's something to keep in mind. If you do look at some other hybrid options, make sure you check on that. Other solutions offer a cloud or hybrid solution by simply installing what is typically their on-site system in a private data center managed by a third-party vendor or VAR, not the manufacturer of the system. That can create problems. The on-site software and hardware of other solutions is not designed to go in a cloud environment, so that can create a whole engineering problem issue when they do that for enhancing it, and all kinds of issues are going to pop up there. And upgrades are just not going to happen. So you're going to be stuck on the same, you're going to have the same system over time. There's going to be no enhancements going on. So be aware of those type of solutions. Usually they do have a lower price attached to them, but I find them very risky. So also, the resiliency and redundancy of their own data centers can become a great concern and serious problem over time. So just again, be aware of where that data center is. I would recommend checking into it. We can talk about ShoreTel's data center at length at another time, but definitely want to check into that. You don't want to go with the cloud and then the data center has problems and your system's down every other week or something terrible like that, which can happen. Again, ShoreTel's primary data center is in a Tier 3 data center outside Dallas, Texas. They chose that location because it's protected from most natural disasters and things like that. It has full 2N redundancy from network and all the infrastructure, and it's a fully staffed NOC manages everything there. Again, we can talk at length about that at another time, but please, if you are looking at cloud, I would look thoroughly at the data center where the equipment is going to be hosted. So let's take a look at, we've talked about on-site, cloud, and hybrid. What's going to be the best for your own business? The right answer is going to depend, of course, on your specific situation and, more importantly, your specific business drivers. So you want to see, what are your most important business drivers? Many organizations are moving to cloud only because it's because of the flexibility, remote capabilities, and disaster recovery advantages of cloud. Again, assuming that your data center is strong, you gain a lot of advantages on remote capabilities and disaster recovery in the cloud. However, on-site does remain a good choice for organizations that have a strong internal IT staff. They're looking to leverage their in-house capabilities and maintain control of the UC system themselves and not have it outsourced to cloud. Also, organizations with a large central location may not benefit as much from the remote capabilities and scalability of cloud, making on-site a more favorable option for a large on-site headquarters, and that would be mostly that's a financial advantage of an on-site system where you're not, you don't need the flexibility, scalability because it's a large physical office. You can gain financial benefit by having on-site system in that situation. ShoreTel Connect Hybrid offers the best of both worlds, so you can mix and match. And as this continues to evolve, we in ShoreTel see this as a fast-growing third option for UC solutions out there. To speak with a Datamart expert about your own specific situation in more detail and how we can help your business, figure out the business drivers and then choosing the right ShoreTel UC solution. We can walk you through what ShoreTel would recommend in your situation, so you have the best option in front of you from ShoreTel. You can call us at that phone number 781-235-5520, option 1 for sales, or you can email sales@datamart.com. We're not going to get into specific customer situations on this webinar, but please, again, reach out to us. We'd be glad to set up a call or meeting, review things with you, and tell you about what ShoreTel would recommend for your own situation and business drivers to get the best solution. Again, thank you for attending. I'll open it up for any questions. We went a little under on time, but I know everyone's busy this time of year usually. So, again, thanks for everyone for attending. I'll open it up for some questions right now. If you're hesitant to ask about a specific question about your own business, please reach out to us offline. but if there are any general questions, I'd be glad to answer them now.
Hey, David, can you hear me?